Welcome to Getting Unstuck with Wendy B. I appreciate you coming on. I am doing a 6-part releasing anger appropriately, and this is part 5, so thanks for being on. I've got my group home keys. I don't need those on for the video, just noticed that. So I would like to share around part 5, but before I do that, just so that you know, I am a transformational solution coach, and what that means is that I can alter your conversations, and if you alter your conversations, you alter your actions, and if you alter your actions, you alter your world and be more effective. So and I am a podcaster. I have a podcast, Thriving at 60, THRIVINGATSIXTY, and I'm in 30 different countries, and I have over 25,000 followers. I'm also an author of 2 books. One is Living Your Passions, with James Melichuk and a few other authors. And then I have my own best-selling book, Getting Unstuck with Wendy B. Wendy Bergen, 30 Ways to Turn Your Limiting Barriers into Clarity, Freedom, and Power. So I think what's so awesome is today I found out that now Amazon is delivering my paperback. Yay! So if you want my paperback in Canada, because you couldn't before, you could now get it. You can get it in the States too, but you could not get it in Canada. So now it's released. So you can go to my website, wendybergen.com, and purchase the book through there, or you can go on Amazon. So I'm just really excited about that. And if you're dealing with stuff, this book is a really powerful book, and I'll tell you a little bit more at the end of the video, but that's what I think is really great. So anyways, let's look at part 5, and first I want to go through the first 4 is that we need to get the cost of anger, and the cost of anger is our aliveness. It can push people away. There's lots of different costs. We alienate people, and we get people lose respect for us if we're hot-tempered. Hi, Amy. Thanks for coming on. And then we're going over the 5 things of anger, how to release anger. And then why don't you say hello, Amy, so I know I'm making a difference here. And number 2, resolve to manage your anger was number 2. Quit saying you can't control it. You know, people say, oh, I couldn't help it. I lost my temper. Well, yes, you can. Consider that losing your temper is a habit. It's just a learned habit. And then step 3, reflect before reacting. So pause. You know, I have a 3-day rule. When I'm really upset, I have a 3-day rule. You may not have a Christian God, I do, but it's a God of any of your understanding. But for me, he was buried on a Friday, and he rose on Jesus was buried on a Friday, and he rose on a Monday. So I give myself a 3-day rule, and by then I'm gone through in 3 days. I'm committed to resolving whatever is getting me angry. So I need to find a win-win situation, so then when I address it, everybody wins, okay? In our behavior is always determined by our beliefs, right? So especially a red flag is if I think it shouldn't be a particular way, maybe I'm judging it somehow, okay? And then I'm looking at so that's step 3, and then step 4 yesterday was, let me get to step 4, is releasing my anger appropriately. So there's nothing wrong with being angry. In fact, you know, if you read the book Dance of Anger, anger shows us something's off. Maybe we're not powerful in our boundaries, or maybe we're tolerating things, or maybe we're not making powerful requests. But anger is, there's a reason why we're getting angry, and then there's how to deal with it so that there's a win-win for everybody around. So number 5 is, and I get excited about this because I've done some work in this, is reprogramming your brain. So someone modeled angry behavior. You learned it somehow. It was modeled. So if you have learned to express anger inappropriately, you can learn to unlearn that. You can reprogram your brain. And that's what's so exciting, because when I grew up in my home, the rageaholics, both my parents were rageaholics. They were alcoholics, and they did things totally inappropriate, expressing things through anger and rage. It was more rage than anger. And so we do not have to, just because I was raised that way, and I said, I'll never be like my mom and dad, but I ended up being like my mom and dad. Not maybe physically, but I would be like this explosion, and I'm such an intense person anyways. I'm intense with my love, I'm intense with playing, and so I would be intense with my anger, and it would frighten people. And I had to learn that people weren't purposely doing things to get me annoyed. I had to learn practical tools, and I had to learn to modulate my voice. I had to learn these things as an adult in my 30s, because I discovered the cost was I was pushing the very love I wanted, I was pushing away, and I did not know that. So I've reprogrammed my brain. So and I'm sharing this from, don't copy the behavior and customs of the world. Let God, a God of your understanding, transform you into a new person, a person changing the way you think. You gotta alter the way you think. People are not purposely pissing you off. If you act angry, you're feeling angry. So if you act angry, you're feeling angry, and you feel anger because you're thinking angry thoughts. So you've got to alter your thoughts. Words create our world. And if we alter our thoughts, we alter our actions. And if we alter our actions, we can alter our effectiveness. So if you're having a problem with anger, your thoughts determine your emotions. Your emotions determine your actions. And if you want to break that pattern of anger, because it's just a habit and it's a pattern. Everything we do is a pattern. Even our loving ways is a pattern. And if they're working great, if they're not, then maybe we need to alter the pattern. Change the way you think. Have you noticed when other people get loud, you get loud? Anger is contagious. Anxiety is contagious. You need to keep away from angry people, or not take their anger on. Not take it personal. Angry kids have learnt from someone modeling their anger. If you watch kids being really angry, it's like watch one of their parents, or watch who they're spending most of the day with. And out of control anger is destroying families all over the world. I gave you the statistics that there was 4 million women beaten from their husbands last year in the world, and 10 million children were severely badly, I get so emotional, were severely badly beaten because parents lost control. They don't know how to control their anger. Children are innocent. They don't do things purposely to harm us, or they just are kids. And our job as parents is to create a safe place for them. So parents who do this are not bad people. They just don't know how to control their anger. So they need to take some anger management or whatever, but they need to get the cost. And so our anger, our out of control anger, needs to stop now. We need to stop it now. It needs to end. We need to have a world that works for everybody. So my lesson tomorrow is the last is 6, is to ask God to fulfill our hearts with love, and I'm not talking necessarily a Christian God. It's the God of your understanding. I happen to have a Christian God. I don't care what God you have. If it, I've had people in 12-step programs say that the group is their God or the chair is their God. Who I mean by God is doing the right thing, having the right thing fill your heart so that you release the anger. So I'm going to give you some tips and tools tomorrow on that. In the meantime, go to my webpage, Getting Unstuck with Wendy B. Oh no, go to my webpage, wendybergen.com, and get a complimentary 30-minute strategy session. And the first 5 people today that get the strategy session, or they book a strategy session with me, I'm going to give them a gift. So just, and this is not to pressure you in any way. You want to have some strategies. I just want you to grow. I want to give you a complimentary 30-minute strategy session so you can grow in whatever area, whether it's anger or you're stuck in something and you're not familiar with something and you would like to brainstorm. I will give you some strategies and tools so that when we're within 30 minutes, you are taking an action, and if you follow that action, you will move yourself forward. So go get my complimentary 30-minute strategy session. Go to wendybergen.com and get your complimentary session, and the first 5 that go on will get a free gift from me. So thank you for being on. Looking forward. I don't know what time I'll do it tomorrow. I'm in a course Saturday and Sunday. I'm going the closest I can to 1, whether it's 12 or 1. When we get a lunch break, I will do a Facebook Live quickly for tomorrow. So thank you, Amy, for watching. Have an awesome, awesome day. Bye now.